Support for the Blue Jays bullpen arrived in Oakland on Wednesday in the form of Danny Barnes. Activated before the game, the right-hander was the first out of the pen in relief of Marcus Stroman in an 8-3 loss to the A's. He allowed both inherited runners to score, giving up a two-run double to former Jays prospect Franklin Barreto, but after walking Nick Martini, Barnes settled down to strike out Matt Chapman and get Stephen Piscotty to ground into a double play. Right-hander Danny Barnes played a key role in the Toronto bullpen a year ago, tossing 66 innings with a 3.55 ERA. Jim McIsaac, Getty Images. Barnes, who replaced Lourdes Gurriel Jr. on the roster, the infielder could miss up to 6 weeks with knee and ankle injuries, hadn't tossed a big league inning since June 21. He went on the disabled list with left knee tendinitis a day later. It is the most time off he has had during the season in his professional career. Shoulder surgery shut him down in 2013, but that happened toward the end of the season, so he didn't miss much time. It's something that's not so bad that I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible, Barnes said earlier this week in Buffalo, before the last of 3 minor league rehab outings. It's just nagging and it affects you. It's tough to get rid of in the middle of the year. Article continued below. Barnes said he has been told that tendinitis, which is inflammation of a tendon, would go away completely with 8 weeks off. But another 8 weeks would be the rest of the season, so he's managing the issue. He said his knee felt strong after his last outing at Coca-Cola Field and he was ready to get back to the big leagues whenever the Jays needed him. A day later, he was on the West Coast to help a bullpen depleted by recent trades and a short outing, 2 2/3 innings, from starter Sam Gaviglio in a Tuesday loss, when the Jays used 4 relievers. Barnes played a key role in the Toronto bullpen a year ago, tossing 66 innings with a 3.55 ERA, but his ERA was up more than a run, 4.60, before he went on the disabled list this year. He allowed 5 homers in 29 1/3 innings before the injury. I was throwing a lot, I wasn't feeling great, he said. I think now the goal coming back, for the last, 8 weeks of the season is finish strong and get back to where I was. He returns to a different bullpen than the one that he left, one without Roberto Osuna, Seung-Woo Oh, Aaron Liu and John Axford. The one addition was former Astros closer Ken Giles, who is expected to join his new team in Seattle on Thursday. Speaking before Tuesday's deadline, Barnes said he tried to focus on his rehab without paying attention to what was happening with the Jays. You try not to, but you always hear stuff, he said. I definitely keep up with the guys on the team. Barnes knows about the bullpen days the Jays have tried, particularly the game Axford started against the White Sox last weekend when he faced the minimum number of batters in the first 3 innings. Article continued below. With the phenomenon of relievers starting games seemingly on the rise, Barnes said he would be up to the task if need be. It seemed to work out pretty well for Axford. I don't know, we'll see.